I love Fortnite Creative, but a few things just do not make any sense. You know that you can just copy anything and place it at any object, and usually they fit. For whatever reason, the terrain galleries doesn't follow that rule. So if you try to place a terrain piece on another terrain piece, it just does not fit. But thankfully, there is a cool thing in Fortnite. If you copy and paste two of the same tiles, they don't fit right now, but if I copy them, they, for whatever reason, fit. So you think, wow, this is just in a game to make sure that they can actually fit on these terrain pieces. Well, explain this then. If I copy these two, they also move. So I cannot copy both of them without having this little edge here. So, and also if I take this, which I previously copied, and move it back to its normal state, you have three different states of where this can be. This does not make any sense. When speaking of things that do not make any sense, then explain to me why the damage zone, which is this one over here, is the same color as this one. Great, right? So the same color. This is the newer one, which is amazing. You could turn this, you could flip this. It is just a newer version. This one is the barrier device, which is orange, and this one is also orange, which also conveniently is the barrier device. As you can see right here, this is a barrier device, and this one. But can somebody at Epic explain me why the mutated zone is blue and green? It takes me forever to find the mutated zone with the new device in here. I don't know why they decided to make this not blue. Maybe because the fishing zone was for whatever reason blue. But this takes me forever to find. I'm always looking for a blue device because I have this in my mind. And it's so frustrating every time I'm looking for the mutated zone that I cannot find this device whatsoever. If we look at the weapons category, everything is aligned perfectly. We have the common guns, we have the uncommon guns, and so on, and everything is just aligned perfectly until the point where we reach the legendaries. And here things out of a sudden get messy. We have a few mythics here and there, and it just doesn't make any sense. You could argue that they're aligned with their counterparts. So you can see that the shotguns over here are aligned with the other shotguns. And that obviously would make completely sense. But why is then the Brutus minigun here and the other minigun is all the way down here? So also when we speak of this, the first mythic item that we ever had in Fortnite Creative was the Infinity Blade, and it's a great item in Creative. It has even some really cool effects, but for whatever reason it is not even in the mythic category, and that is the first mythic item that was ever in Fortnite, I think. So what is going on here, Epic? Also, while we're at it, can somebody explain me why there are props that can only be found in a prefab gallery? So for example, in the Dark Tilted City Hall, there is a car which you cannot find anywhere else. You cannot find it in the normal galleries, but you can, for whatever reason, find it in this specific prefab. Which, if you want to find it, you obviously had to come to the conclusion that you first had to look here and then look into this and just find this car here. I mean, it is hard enough to find props on its own. Why also make it like exclusive to prefabs? An absolute classic is the enable fire damage option. This is like the most game-changing thing in Fortnite back in the days. And in Fortnite Creative this would be also very cool, but there is nothing that can do fire damage in Fortnite Creative. All of the guns that are in BR that could do fire damage cannot do fire damage in Fortnite Creative. And actual fire in Fortnite Creative can actually not light anything on fire. So, Epic, what is the point of this option? I need to know. Let me introduce you to the indestructible gallery. The point of this gallery is that basically none of these things can be moved around or destroyed by players. So there's no point of having this gallery in some kind of shape or form be able to be moved around or destroyed by players. Well, if you're in a UFO and you have an indestructible vault door, you can just pick it up and throw it somewhere else. That would be the easiest bank robbery of the lifetime. I do not want to bash too much on old devices, and this device arguably is one of the oldest devices in the game. But this device doesn't make any sense. So you tell me that if you put this device in the map, players will obviously be fairly jumping on these things without, if they're loose, they just jump in the middle and everything resets? You want to tell me that this will work? I don't think so. Also, it can be basically destroyed with a single punch. So, yeah. And the last and probably most nonsensical thing that is in Fortnite Creative is that you can only publish maps if you have 1,000 followers or more. Well, there's a few options now that you can use, but still, you have to go to a whole big process to get publishing rights in Fortnite Creative, which in my opinion is a really bad thing. I think it started out in a good way in that Epic maybe doesn't want to have too many players at the same time starting playing Fortnite Creative or publishing maps, but this game mode is out for 3 years now, and I think there should be a solution for this. And there's no more excuses that there's not been a solution to publishing rights for everybody. I cannot believe that I still have to say this. It's I will probably say it like 50 more million times until we finally get it. But it is the one thing that annoys me most about Fortnite Creative, and the thing that makes zero sense in Fortnite Creative. And yes, a lot of the things are pretty petty, and I just want to have a funny, entertaining video for you guys. So don't freak out. I don't hate Fortnite Creative. I said at the beginning, I love this game, and just a few things just don't make any sense to me. If you have any things that do not make sense to you, tell me in the comments down below, and I will see you guys back in the next one. Bye.